Hard to turn off ABBA, but here we go. Thank you, everybody, for joining us, our friends in the station and those out there in remote work land. I'm Jano Lieber, MTA Chair and CEO, here with the one and only Demetrius Critchlow, President of New York City Transit, Chief Customer Officer, and my dancing partner, Shanifa Riera. Always a joy. This is a fun event, and we were talking about it. Always a joy to come out and celebrate our 1 billionth subway rider of the year. That's a billion with a B, folks, not an M, billion. And this year, the lucky rider is Zaid Nubani, who is from Greenpoint, and who I saw as he was wandering into the station, and I said, that dude is headed, what? No. You're like jumping around. But I said to myself, that is a Brooklyn A-train rider headed for the Rockaways to enjoy some waves. And sure enough, Zaid was exactly that guy. So Shanifa is going to present Zaid with some tokens of our appreciation in a second. But first, I want to take a moment to reflect on what this milestone means for our system. I mean, this is the serious part. This is one of the best markers for charting New York City's comeback. Because every year we're hitting it earlier and earlier. 2022, the first year we got back to 1 billion riders after COVID. That was in December 27th, right under the wire. And the following years brought us into November. And here we are, 2025. We got to that milestone in October, a great sign. The amazing growth is not just dumb luck. It's not just luck. Demetrius, Bill Amoroso, and the whole Subways team have been running the best service in over a decade. Last month was 85% on-time performance. That is just a hair's breadth short of the best month ever. Don't forget where we were before COVID in the summer of hell, but in the years following, we were in the 60% on-time performance, in the 70% on-time performance, and now we're in the mid-80s. What a great achievement, great leadership, guys. And importantly, we're doing it while we're running a ton more service than before the pandemic. This was our choice. The rest of America responded to the financial consequences of the pandemic and the problems that transit was having when it had no ridership by cutting service. We're seeing it today. They continue to cut service and raise fares in many, many places which are struggling. We made a conscious choice. We said, let's have more service and let's make sure that it feels safe. And I want to thank Governor Hochul and the New York State Legislature for funding increased service right back in 2023. So we never went over the fiscal cliff. The rest of American transit is facing a fiscal cliff to this day, and the MTA never went over the cliff. And it's not only because of more service and better service, it's also because of that increased feeling of safety. While God knows high-profile incidents in the system do persist, and we're never going to stop working with the NYPD to make sure that crime goes down, down, down. But overall transit crime is down more than 12% compared to before COVID. And that's translating into much better safety ratings from our customers. Almost 70% of customers in the most recent surveys said, we feel safe on the subway. We are satisfied with subway safety, and that is an increase of 14 points over last year. Really important that our customers are letting us know. They're glad to see the cops. Thank you, Governor Hochul. Thank you, NYPD, for making the system feel safer as well as hitting those improved statistics. And we're also advancing accessibility at a record pace, 5 times faster than most administrations. That's huge obviously for people in wheelchairs, for people with mobility issues, sometimes even for people carrying large surfboards or strollers. I am incredibly proud of this progress, and I thank all the New Yorkers and tourists who have given us a vote of confidence. by using the MTA system more and more and bringing us to this early achievement of that 1 billion rider milestone. With that, let me turn it over to the man who's overseeing the subway system and the bus system, Demetrius Critchlow.
Oh, so happy to be here. I mean, what could you ask for? We walk out and Happy's playing. It's a good day, good feel. I'm Demetrius Critchlow, the president of New York City Transit, and it is wonderful to be here celebrating the subway's billionth rides, and we made it in October. I mean, I'm sure you've heard the saying before, if you build it, they will come. Well, if you deliver great service, folks will take it. We're continuing to hit ridership milestones like this because we remain steadfast in our commitment to safety and service. New Yorkers are deciding to take a subway because they know they can rely on it to get them to where they need to go. New York City Transit is once again making the best month in service. So we talked about 85% that the chair talked about, 85% of service making it where it needs to get on time. Just short of the record 85.2%, which we haven't achieved in 10 plus years since modern record keeping. That is no question an emphasis of how we are putting what's necessary in providing great service. Don't forget, we already celebrated that milestone in September and May, the best non-pandemic month in modern history. So, breaking record after record after record, that means you're gonna definitely have another one coming. That was 3 records. Breaking record after record is not an accident. It's the result of dedication, hard work, digging deeper into what the actual causes of delays are, focusing on those matters, and then trying to correct even the smallest details, because just gaining a couple seconds could lead to better service overall. It's due to the hard work of members from service delivery, from car equipment, from maintenance of way, people on the tracks and to people above ground. Everyone is dedicated to providing better service for you. And like Jano said earlier, we're doing all of this while running more service. Great service, together with a safer system, is getting us closer where we want to be. Plus, having more trains that are brand new, that doesn't hurt the cause either, right? People enjoy riding our new R211s, and you'll be seeing more of them. You're seeing them on the A train, but you're going to be seeing more of them in the near future. If you deliver great service, folks will take it. So, to Zaid, we appreciate your business. Thank you for bringing your, what is this?
That would be a surfboard.
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 You can tell.
New York is a beach town, baby.
You can tell I am not a surfer. You can tell. Thank you. We appreciate your business. You didn't expect today to be this way, but thank you for being. And with that, I will turn it over to the Queen.
Oh, Queen.
Yes, Shanifa, a Chief Customer Officer.
Good morning, everyone. As Demetrius said, we're happy to be here to celebrate record after record after record, as well as celebrating these amazing milestones. And it's just so happened this milestone culminates with the launch of our fall customer count survey. So this is the 2 of the big surveys that we do every year on top of what the chair mentioned, the smaller monthly pulse survey where we hear from our customers at any given time. So we are counting on our riders to express yourself, and we want it and let your voices be heard. And while we're standing here today in the subway station, it is not just for subway riders. It is for those all across the system, and that includes the LIRR, Long Island Railroad, Metro North, buses, Power Transit. We want to hear from everyone. While I don't expect to get a billion responses, but even a fraction of that will be invaluable insight. So we look to these pulses to hear from our customers what we're doing great and other ways that we can continue to improve. So again, we encourage everyone to check it out. So for those of you who are not in the know, the survey is now available on our website through November 2nd, and it will take 10 to 15 minutes. We have cut that down significantly to gather the information we need for the largest impact. It is available in 9 languages, and we also have a telephone options for those who need it. So we look forward to hearing from you, and with that, I will throw it back to Jan Oliver.
So I think that the point is the ceremony now, right? Let's ceremonize and get this guy out there before the waves settle down.
Oh, did they? Okay. So before we bring our 1 billionth customer for 2025, Zaid, up to the mic, want to just present him with some amazing MTA swag material. We have mugs, t-shirts, a cap. So we look forward to seeing you surf and wear our swag. Yeah, it's the whole regalia. As well.
The MTA wetsuit is on the way.
Yes, it's in the works. It's in the mix. But we also want to present you with a card valued for $100 for you to tap and ride while you navigate the city and on your way to more surfing. So thank you, Zaid.
This has been a crazy detour. I know that we're working on those things, so apologies, I'm really tall. Going surf the Nor'easter today, didn't expect this to happen. Super happy to be the billionth. MTA, you guys are awesome. I ride y'all every day. I usually take the G to the A, but today we're taking the C to the A, so I'm glad that I got to make this quick stop. But congratulations to all y'all. Congratulations to me. Let's make it $1 billion next time. Good? Cool? All right, awesome. Thank you so much, man. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Chairman. If we're ready, we'll take some on-topic questions.
On-topic.
Anybody have on-topic questions? All right, we're going to start with Samantha Liebman, Mr. Chairman, from New York 1.
Oh, wow, 2 minutes. Okay. Last year, when did you hit this milestone, and how has it progressed over the last few years?
I think we said in 22 it was December 27th. Last 2 years were November dates, if I'm not mistaken. We'll give you the exact dates. So obviously getting it in mid-October is more proof that the ridership has grown.
How much is ridership now as a percentage of pre-COVID?
You know, apples to apples, we're sort of in the low to mid 80%. Part of the adjustment is we have to account for, truthfully, the rise in fare evasion, but ridership apples to apples is sort of 80 to 85% of pre-COVID. On the Long Island Railroad and Metro North, it's sort of in the upper 80 percentile, roughly. But one of the things that's most interesting, Sam, is, yeah, we have a little less ridership in the classic peak hour, morning and evening, because hybrid work is a thing. Hybrid work is a thing. It's not going away entirely. What we've seen, though, is a surge in ridership in the off hours and in the times when people have discretion about where, how they're going to go somewhere. So weekends, nights, ridership is in the 90s, and that is a great sign for how we've attracted people back.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, we have
On topic.
Alfonso Castillo from Newsday on topic.
Hi, Jano. Congratulations. You mentioned Long Island Railroad ridership being stronger than subways. I know it's close to 90%. Can you talk about what do you attribute to the Long Island Railroad's lead over subways? Is it just the added ridership from Grand Central Madison? And also, I think at one point the projection was 2035. It would take until then to be back at 100% pre-COVID. Is there a new target or estimate of when you'll be back there?
To be truthful, I know we have looked at those estimates recently. I can't recall the exact date, but I'll get back to you about that. Listen, the Long Island Railroad's success is amazing, right? Who would have thought that the suburban ridership, predominantly suburban ridership of Long Island Railroad, would come back as fast or faster than the urban ridership. So we think there are a couple things going on. One, we kept the price of, I mean, obviously we've undergone this recent fare increase, 2% a year, but we kept the price of a huge portion of tickets below COVID levels, number one. Number two is we've had great success with preserving and even improving the sense of safety on the Long Island Railroad. Three, and probably most important, is the incredible growth of service. People debate what stat to use, but we always say this is 40% more service than there was before COVID. And the other variable is we're getting a lot more riders from the New York City portion of the railroad as a result of City Ticket. So all of those things together have created a really impressive performance for the Long Island Railroad post-COVID. I mean, Demetrius started his career as a Long Island Railroad man, even though he doesn't want to hear me talking down the numbers, the statistics on the subway. But we're all proud because that's a little bit of a counterintuitive that the commuter railroads would be doing as well or even better than the subway.
All right, we have an on-topic question here from Evan Simko-Bednarski from the Daily News.
Good morning, guys. You mentioned a little bit, Demetrius, about how there have been a bevy of system improvements and optimizations in new cars. I'm wondering if you've got data as to whether or not, specific, as the times that people have, ride the subway has changed since the pandemic. Are you seeing changes on a line-to-line basis, and is that informing some of the decisions you guys are making as to, where to invest and what to optimize?
Sure. So we have more data now than we've ever had. I mean, you can see a good portion of it because we have one of the most aggressive open data programs anywhere. But with that, we're able to see where ridership has peaked, at what time that ridership has peaked, what days it has peaked. And so a lot of the added service that we added was during the shoulders when it was clear that people were a little later coming in, a little later staying out after work. And so we've really tried to support that. The other big boost has been on the weekends. And so we've tailored a lot of our operations to be able to support them better as they come to these locations. It's, traveling, vacation, New York is still a hot ticket item. So we're great to see that customers are coming back and utilizing our system.
And I would add one thing to this, because I know you are always attentive to labor issues for us. We have got to work with the union to make sure that we can make adjustments that respond to where riders are, the ridership patterns, and not have them become an issue or not have the issue of the pick become a barrier. It has sometimes. When we started saying we wanted to add ridership nights and weekends, that we got some pushback from our partners in labor, and I really think we need to address that because we need to be able to respond to what the riders are telling us by their ridership patterns and to increase service where the riders want it.
Okay, Mr. Chairman, any more on topic? Okay, we're going to start our off-topic questions with Samantha Liebman from New York One, Mr. Chairman.
Wow, I'm getting the first questions today.
Stop that. Go ahead.
Just wondering, I think some of us were surprised to see Kamel Arroyo at a Zoran Mamdani event last night, and I know you like to stay agnostic as to the mayor's race, but, did he have to get permission? What's going on there?
I was surprised as well, but I can tell you this, until a couple of weeks ago, Q was telling all of us about how he was spending a lot of time with Eric Adams in the hookah house, and I'm sure that if Curtis Lewa wants, Q will put on the red beret. Q is a strategic operator, and he will respond to whatever the outcome of the election is. I'm certain of that.
All right, Mr. Chairman, our last question off topic comes from Alfonso Castillo from the Newsday.
On the topic of subway safety, I know something that you've talked about in the past, maybe also for Demetrius, is some issues with passengers accessing parts of subways that they should not, maybe using keys that they could even purchase online, as I understand, and whether it's using a joyride. I've heard stories of just blowing a whistle or the horn. How much of a problem is this still, and what, if anything, can be done about it?
So, we've talked about this at length, the danger that's associated, the risk that people take to access areas that are not acceptable for them to be on tracks, live tracks. There is just a huge danger for people to be there. And it puts at risk customers and our employees. I will say that we've partnered with NYPD to make sure that we are catching a lot of these individuals who are doing that. We have cameras in all of our stations. We have cameras in our cars. Now we're putting cameras at locations, layup locations. We have detectors to check when layup trains are moving that shouldn't be moving. So we are doing our part. And again, working with the NYPD, who has done a fantastic job of identifying these individuals and making sure that they pay. So we're all on top of this.
All right, thank you guys so much. Thank you guys for being good sports about the confetti. Thank you, everybody, and to our data science team as well.
It's like
Thanks.
This is not, you don't mess with Dimitri.